so much for tuning back into my channel. In this video, I will be giving you 6 hair growth tips, okay? But just keep in mind that this is a continuation to my 30-day October hair tip series that I have here on my channel, okay? And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I pray that these tips will be able to help you. And at the end of the video, you will decide to subscribe, okay? So without further ado, let's just jump straight into this video. Okay, so tip number 10 is you want to make sure you're paying attention to your hair, and you want to make sure you're paying attention to the products that you put in your hair. Now, if you're one of those girlies who hold on to staple products, which is something that I used to do, you want to make sure you're paying attention to how your hair is reacting to those products. Because whenever you use a certain product over time or year after year, your hair can begin to build a resistance to those products, where your hair don't yield those effective results that it used to bring forth, okay? So pay attention to that, because I know for me, when I used to use a certain moisturizer on my hair, as my hair began to change in porosity, and your hair can change in porosity, for many factors, many reasons, okay? But as you age and as you get older, your hair begins to change, and certain products may not perform on your hair the way it used to perform. So just pay attention to the products you're using and pay attention to your hair, okay? Tip number 11 is try, if possible, and if you don't have already, to get a purifying filter to put on your shower head and to put on your sink faucet in the kitchen, if that's where you wash your hair. So if you wash your hair in the shower, get a purifier for your shower head. If you wash your hair in the kitchen sink, like what I do with my daughter, sometimes you might want to get a purifying filter for the sink faucet, okay? This is going to prevent you from using harsh water on your hair. Now, a lot of states and a lot of countries have harsh water, and the harsh waters have minerals in it that can cause buildup on your hair, preventing your hair from receiving moisture and shine, okay? And then your hair begins to get off this dry and dull appearance. So if you get a purifier, that will basically save you from, having to deal with that dry, dull look, and your hair being too dry now to where it actually breaks, okay? So just pay attention to that as well. And if you could, and if possible, you can afford it, get your purifying filter, okay? Okay, and tip number 12 is you want to make sure you're being consistent with your trims, okay? Now, you don't have to cut your hair a lot, and I wouldn't suggest that you cut your hair a lot, but you want to make sure you're paying attention to when you're supposed to trim your hair. Split hair over time will continue to split, and it can cause severe damage to your hair. So you want to go in when you need a trim, and you want to trim it. You don't want to cut off too much. You're not trying to do a cut. You're just trimming your hair to get off those dead ends so they won't travel up your hair shaft, okay? So pay attention to your trims. And for those of you who haven't caught tip 1 through 9, like I said, you could catch it in this video right here. Tip number 3, I spoke about dull scissors and how you should actually buy your own scissors. But you could go through that playlist and you can catch up on those tips, okay? But pay attention to your ends, most importantly, because that's when you retain your length, and you want to make sure you're trimming your hair when necessary, okay? Tip number 13 is you want to make sure that you're drying your hair with a t-shirt. Please, I still see people drying their hair with a towel. Towels are too rough on the hair, okay? And it can cause snagging, it can cause your hair to tangle up, and it can cause you to have breakage. So use a t-shirt. If you don't have an old t-shirt, go to Dollar Tree. They got little graphic tees there for $5. You go to Goodwill, get you a nice cheap t-shirt, and use that specifically to dry your hair. I dry my hair with a t-shirt, and I've seen major improvement in my hair versus me using a regular towel to dry my hair. Okay, that's too rough for our hair, especially us natural girls that have curly, coily, 4C hair. That will really tangle up. Those fibers and those fabrics that are rough, it will really break your hair. So try to use a t-shirt to actually dry your hair, okay? Tip number 14 is you want to make sure you do not leave your conditioner on your hair for too long. The body tells you the specified amount of time that you should leave a conditioner on your hair. Leaving your conditioner on your hair overnight and saying you're doing a deep treatment can really cause more harm than good to your hair. It can cause conditioner overload, moisture overload to your hair, causing your hair to have this mushy consistency to it when you wash, and that can also damage your hair as well. So just read the bottle. If it says keep it on for 10 minutes, keep it on for 10 minutes. If it says keep it on for 15 minutes, keep it on for 15 minutes. There's conditions that I actually read the back of, and it says sit under the dryer for 10 minutes. And if you don't have a dryer and you're doing like regular air dry, but with your shower cap on and stuff like that, to keep it on for 10 minutes. Okay, so really pay attention to that. Try not to over condition your hair. It's not a good thing. Okay, and last but not least, tip number 15. Tip number 15 is try not to oil your scalp too often. Okay, this can suffocate your hair follicles and it can cause scalp damage. Okay, now for me, I don't put oil in my hair, and the video that you're going to be seeing on Thursday, that's going to go live on Thursday, I talk a little bit more about why I haven't been oiling my hair. I do oil my edges, and I actually wash my hair once I oil my edges. I don't keep it on for days and days, okay? But in that video, like I said, Thursday, pay attention to the video that's going to go up on Thursday because I talk more about that in that video. But try not to oil your hair too much. It causes product buildup on your scalp, which could in turn cause you to have scalp, situations and scalp conditions and stuff like that. Now, if you are going to oil your scalp, go ahead and do it, but you want to wash it out, right? You don't want to go days, but just keep it building up on your scalp, okay? And a lot of times what I do too is, like, if I'm going to do a hot oil treatment, I'll put the hot oil treatment in my hair the day that I'm going to wash my hair, leave it in for a couple of hours and wash it out, or I'll put it in my hair the night before, and then I'll wash my hair immediately, like the next day, the next morning, or whatever like that, okay? And that's basically like a pre-oil treatment to my wash day. It's not something that I'm just keeping on my hair all the time. Okay, so those are the tips. Like I said, for those of you that are new, if you want to catch up on tip 1 through 9, go ahead and click the playlist that's going to pop up anytime now. And subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please give the video a thumbs up. That pushes it through the YouTube algorithm and it gets out to more people that may need this useful information. Okay, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how often you oil your scalp. And any questions you have, you can leave it in the comment section down below, okay? Thank you, and stay tuned for my video that's going to go up on Thursday, okay? Have a blessed day.